What is up, guys? Jake from One Hive here with the next cleanup video. And I'm not sure if this is the first Town Hall 8 cleanup or if possibly I did one back in the day. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch. But if not, it's one of the first few that we've done at Town Hall 8. I was looking through some of the attacks at Genesis, and this one sort of jumped out at me. Then I went into the war log and took several attempts to take out this base. And so I really thought it would be a good idea to talk about it and show what the difference was in the attacks that failed and then the ones that succeeded. Just to scout this base out real quick, show you where everything's at, because both of these attacks were not the first attack, so they knew where things were. This guy had Teslas here, here, and right there where the king's standing. And then he had giant bombs. He had singles. He had a giant bomb there, he had a giant bomb there, and he had a giant bomb there. Now, he did not have them set forward where you could just like send one hog in and trigger it. He had them set back, so you had to take out some of these defenses to get it. But what both guys did basically was lure the CC out, bring it over here to the side, take care of it. It was a dragon and a balloon, I think, in the CC. Or maybe just a dragon, I can't remember. Anyways, took care of it pretty quickly. No problem there. But what really changed was the hog deployment, and that's what I want to talk about. When you run up against a base that has 3 separate giant bombs, what the attack or what the defender is trying to do is force the attacker's hand of where to use his heal spells. Now, if you look at this base, you look at this core, there is literally not a spot for a spring trap, for a bomb, for anything in this entire core. That means every trap that this guy has is in this outer ring. Now, this used to be very, very popular. We called it hog rings back in the day, and it was a good defense against hogs before people figured out how to deal with them. What you want to do on something like this is what we call breaking the ring, and neither of these guys really do it. The second one is an effective technique as well. You just sort of overload it. But really what you want to do on something like this is come in with a group of hogs, whether it be like 3 hogs there and 3 hogs there, and take these defenses out. And then you want to do the same thing on this side, like 3 hogs there and 3 hogs there, take these defenses out, and then you want to come with your heat right up the middle. Now, what that's going to do is going to let your hogs get to the core, and then they're going to work their way from the core out. If you let them run around this ring, they're going to hit every trap this guy's got, every spring trap, every giant bomb, everything in the base. So when you run up against this, guys, break that ring and give your hogs a straight path to the core. Then you can drop one heal form in the core. This bomb is pretty much eliminated, especially if you can come at it like with some either some loons around the outside or come at it with just your king, something like that, and a few wizards to take out another building right there. You've eliminated one of the giant bomb locations, and so you can heal right there. When your hogs run out, you can drop a heal for them there. And when they come over here, you can drop a heal for them there. Don't let the defender control where you use your heals. What you're going to see that Jeff does on this attack, he takes out the CC, brings it over here, kills it nicely, and then he does like a 3-finger drop. He drops there, there, and then he even sends a few in like this. What he's essentially done is completely split up his hog group. So now he knows he has to commit a heal in this spot because the giant bomb's there as these hogs pass through. He knows he has to commit a heal in this spot as these giant hogs pass through. A few of the hogs break off to the core. They're on their own. They get no heal because he's got to save his last heal for there. You've spread your hogs into smaller groups. Only a few hogs are getting affected by each heal, and the defender is determining where you place those heals. Not good for an attacker. You'll see what I'm talking about, because as he gets to the end here, he just simply runs out of hogs, and again, he hits every trap along the way. We're going to just watch this real quickly, then we'll come back to the drawing board and talk about the small change, same army composition basically, small change that the other attacker made to get the 3-star. All right, here we go with Jeff's attack. He's going to lure the CC out right here. He drops a giant. That's going to grab it real easily. There's the dragon and the loon that pops out. I think he does attempt right here with these hogs to have them run in and trigger those bombs. It just doesn't work. And even if the hogs had pathed in the right way, they still can't get to it. And maybe he just wanted to trigger those Teslas, but he only got one of those triggered. When they set them back like that, that cannon's a 3-space defensive building. The bomb's just a 2x2. So when they set it back like that, you've literally got to take the defensive building out to get it triggered. So those were just sort of 3 wasted hogs. But right here, good job on the CC kill. Just drops a few distracting barbs, takes out the dragon, steps up, takes out the loon. Perfect job, all good. Goes ahead and sends his king in first, and then right there you'll see that 3-finger drop sort of with a CC of the hogs, and then some reinforcing the bottom, reinforcing top. Two main groups, but you'll see his top group splits off right here about, what's that, 4 or 5 hogs split off and go to the core. Now, here comes the force heal spells. You see, he's hogs still flying to spring traps. Again, he's hitting every trap this guy's got, and the guy is controlling where he drops his heals. So now more hogs go flying to spring traps. He's already getting thin on hogs. The hogs in the core are having to deal with not much damage coming at them, but there's those skeletons. They're just picking them off. They don't get a heal. Right there, even more hogs go flying to spring traps, and then they're dealing with a king on the back end, and then boom, that last bomb goes off. The king picks off a few. Those last few point defense pick off the remaining 2, and that is that. He just does not have the hogs left over. You just can't have your hogs running through every trap in the base. It's hard to bring enough when you do. But very nice attack. You know, it just didn't quite get it done. Pretty high percentage, 1 star, but we'll go back to the drawing board and see how it's cleaned up. All right, here we are looking at how Math did it. Very similar attack. The one thing he does that I would change is he drops a giant here and then like 3 hogs to take out this Tesla. I would have took out the cannon. You would have triggered the bomb, and the way he does it is pretty slick. After that, he completely avoids this bomb down here, which is really what the difference of the whole attack is. But with the cannon there, the hogs would have pathed over, and they would have triggered the bomb as well. But no big deal. He takes out the Tesla, basically neutering this giant bomb right here, not eliminating it, but taking, reducing the effectiveness of it, and then later on finishes it off with his king and some wizards. But just brings the CC down here to the bottom, takes it out, and then once that's done, he sends his hogs in right here, 2-finger drop, and basically going to let the hogs path around in this direction. He broke the ring right here. It's going to force them to go all together. Now, the real advantage to doing it that way is he kept his hogs in one group. So every heal he drops, he's going to be affecting many more hogs than was on Jeff's attack. And even though he is going to allow them to sort of path through every one of these traps, he has that extra heal. He can drop it right here, keep his hogs nice and healthy, drops the second one on the giant bomb, and the third one on this bomb here. So you'll see hogs stay together, a lot more hogs being healed. Then he drops his king right here. It's going to continue to tank for this, and the few wizards that he's got left over are just going to work their way this direction and take out some of these defenses. Basically, this bomb never gets triggered, doesn't have to be triggered because of the eliminating the defenses around that bomb. But basically, the take home, if you are going to just sort of deal with it, you have to keep your hogs in one group. You can't separate your hogs when the defender is controlling where you drop your heals. You need to eliminate one like Math did, and then you'll have enough heals to push the hogs through. So let's watch him do it, and then we will clean up. All right, here we go with Math's attack. You'll see the giant go down, and then a few hogs right behind it. They're going to jump in there, take out that Tesla, get the CC lure, and just sort of eliminate that one giant bomb, at least one defense that is between the two, which is going to allow his hogs to path the opposite direction. Brings the dragon and the balloon down to the bottom here. We'll fast forward just a little bit. Really nice job there. Same thing. Drops those barbs, just distracting, letting the wizards take out the defenses. So once that's done, you see the king go down. He's going to start doing some tanking, and then right here, sending his hogs in a way to where they're going to take that archer tower out first, then move right over to the wizard tower, and all of them are going to stay together. Watch the wizards backing up that king. It's going to do the tanking. The wizards are going to do some cleanup for it. You'll see everything moving around here on the side. Just letting the hogs work their way through, being nice and patient. Drops his first heal there. He does get a little bit of a split, a few hogs into the core, which is fine. That's actually a good thing. You see that right there, the wizard took out that cannon. Now that giant bomb down there means nothing. Right there, has to use a second heal on the second bomb location. I would have used my poison right here on those hogs in the core because they're really not getting hit besides those skeletons, and he is losing hogs in there. But he holds on to that just for a little bit here. Uses his last heal. As those hogs cross the threshold there, they just have enough to get through, and then uses the poison there. They take out the last defense. The skeletons go down. They're going to turn around here and deal with that king, and that is going to be that. He's got enough hogs, enough wizards to get the cleanup and the 3-star. So really nice attack, Math. Again, for any of you guys watching it, though, when you run into a base like this, really try, if you can, to break that ring. It's going to allow you to take that core out quickly, and then your hogs aren't going to run over every single spring trap on the base, and I think you're going to have more success. Hope you guys liked it. Until next time, Jake from One Hive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.